I think if you set about just doing something that you really think is, your gut instinct is it's really great and you're really proud of it, and it's whatever art form it is, whether it's a sculpture or writing a song and everything, and you continue doing that and you love it, I think at one point other people are going to love it too. But that has a limitation as to how many people could love it, depending on how many people it can get exposed to. So then it comes a point in a creator's life where they go, it's okay sort of being in this one gallery or performing in this one bar, but how do I then get other people to hear it? And then they have to enter into the marketplace. Now art and commerce have got this very peculiar marriage, and Damien Hirst once did a very good sort of piece of what he thinks about that, which you can see in a book of his, the works of Damien Hirst. And what it is the compromise is, it's such a bizarre thing to do with art. Art is all about not compromising and saying how you feel and what you feel, and commerce 99% of the time is about compromising. So that marriage has always been an awkward one, and to tell you the truth, most of the bands that refuse to compromise have been the most successful. Yet the record industry still haven't understood that thing, and they still want to get bands to compromise and tone down and dress this way and walk this way and kind of follow this sort of pattern that they've probably done a demographic study of what they think people want. But of course, people only want that because that's what they've been fed, and they haven't seen the new thing. And as soon as a new thing appears that is brilliant, they all want that too. So if you were to listen to what people in the position to try and make it compromise would tell you to do, you might end up being a very generic, another thing on the shelf that people could choose from, but you're not standing up or sticking up looking very unusual. And I think it's best to stick to your own vision, really. See, I always think that their original vision probably is commercial, and they say I have to do something commercial first, but what is that? So anybody could come along to me and tell me what is a commercial thing to do and think they're guaranteed that it's going to be a hit. They are dreaming, Otherwise, why isn't one company in the world just making every record, and every record's a hit? Now, there's got, the it factor that comes in. If you have all these boy bands and girl bands, and they can manufacture to a certain point something that, okay, this will be a hit, there's bound to be one of them in there that does have a certain it factor, and usually they rise above them, whether it's Justin Timberlake or Robbie Williams or whoever. That it factor can't help itself but become the real thing. But I think, you've got to really go on your gut instinct about everything, and about painting, sculpture, art, acting, in every way. But the great thing is, if you have a lot of knowledge about how to then deliver how you're feeling, whether that's through guitar playing or singing, or you've learned how to use an instrument so you can explode in emotion. It's no good going, right, I've got it now, but I don't know how to play anything and I don't know how to sing. Then that's going to be difficult. Still possible. There's characters like Ian Drury from Ian Drury and the Blockheads, who couldn't sing, and he was a crippled guy, and he had all this stuff, but he invented a way of making himself get across. He wrote that song, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. And there's lots of characters, like Johnny Rotten or John Lydon, who are not, he can sing, but he's not a singer, so to speak. But he had something he wanted to say, and boy, he got it across, But, he wasn't holding back and going, I wonder I should take this safety pin out, that one's a bit too much, He came on like somebody possessed.